Thank you for joining us to learn about advanced analytics in Reveal. In this video, you will learn how you can use machine learning models, perform statistical functions, and bring your R and Python scripts into Reveal.
So how do we create these visualizations? What I'm going to do today in the presentation is I'm going to focus on Python in the slides, and then I'm going to just go into demos showing you Python and R. And I'm not going to go into coding and all this technical stuff. I'm going to show you how to do it through some slides and then through a demo. And then, the great thing is it doesn't really matter your level of expertise. You can go copy paste stuff from the internet, like do a search, how to do a word cloud in Python, and you're going to see the code. And there's just a couple things you need to know about Reveal, and then you can have a word cloud with your own custom script in literally 10 seconds, and you'll see that today. So creating Python visualizations. Previously, a few minutes ago, when I said there's no way we could keep up with every possible visualization, this is an example of the Matplotlib samples gallery of every possible thing you would ever want to do with every cool interaction and every capability. And there's probably 10 times more. I took 8 screenshots and tried to make it smaller so I could get as many of these in here as I could. But I think you get the point. There's thousands of examples to inspire you. So one of the things that we talked about with charting best practices last month was, you don't go and you don't say, oh, I really like that chart because it's really pretty and I like the color, so I'm going to make that fit with my data. What you do is you go through the same UX process that you would if you were designing an application. You're designing your data story with visualizations. So what is my data and what story do I want to tell? And if the story you want to tell doesn't fit within those 40 charts that Reveal provides, then start looking elsewhere and say, hey, maybe this is a better way to tell my story. And that's really what's exciting about the R and Python having these libraries with the extensive examples and capabilities of doing these visualizations to really help you tell that data story. Some other things that are nice is anytime you start using a different library, it might not fit the look and feel of the theme that you're trying to deliver in your application. So if you checked out Casey's blog from, I think it was February, around all of the theming customizations that we added. No, it was actually March. The theming customizations that we added in the Reveal SDK, where you can change the font, the colors, the font style, all of the look and feel so it matches your look and feel. So you have complete control over the UI. Now I'm going to inject the R histogram. And by default, it doesn't even match my UI. Well, guess what? All of these libraries have customizations. You just have to follow the path. So if you download a library, like there's this 3D library I'm going to show you today, go find the help file, and it'll tell you how to change the colors, how to change the styles, how to change the labels, how to change the size, how to change the tooltips. Everything that you actually would want, you could change with in code with these customizations in scripts. So this is just an example. One of the nice things is, if you recall, last month we showed you Color Brewer, which I think is just colorbrewer.com. And it is a cool tool that allows you to select palettes that map to your brand, and then it's interactive, and then it gives you all the hex values, RGB, etc., and you copy and paste in your app. Well, Color Brewer has R plugins and I believe Python, but we used one of them in R for a tree map or for our word clouds examples. And so we're just saying use Color Brewer set 8, and all of a sudden it's this nice set of colors for our word cloud. We don't have to think about it. So customizations are all there. So how would you go about setting this up? I'm going to show you these slides and we'll go right into a demo. But the thing is, you would connect to your data source just like you would if you were going to use a default Reveal chart. You would connect your data source, you have your field list, you drag your fields over to the columns, and then you choose your visualization. Well, instead of choosing pie chart, column chart, tree map, you're going to select Python script or R script from the dropdown. These are all the way at the bottom, so you have to scroll down and select R and Python. Once you select R and Python, in the settings, you have a script button, and you click that button and it pops up our script editor. Now, the nice thing is what we're doing is we are importing some libraries by default. So we import Matplotlib, PyPlot, NumPy, and Pandas. All of these are they're data rendering, they are number manipulation and text manipulation. So if you want to do some of that string data prep. So for example, when we look at using Google Cloud, when you're doing data prep in Google Cloud, you're using Pandas, which is their engine for text and string manipulation and all the data prep stuff. So we import those automatically, and then we tell you what columns you can access. So those are the columns that you dragged into your column. So in this case, ship name and sum of quantity. And what I want to do here is I want to plot a bar chart where the x-axis is ship name, the y-axis is sum of quantity, and that's it. Boom, like magic, I get a chart. Now, this chart doesn't look beautiful. You can see that the x-axis is completely scrunched together. You would have this problem if you were using Reveal or any charting engine. Doesn't really matter because there's a gazillion pieces of information there. So what you're trying to do is tell a story. So what you can do is still use the data filters like you would in Reveal. In this case, what I did is I said, show me the top 12 customers by units through a data filter. So all of the data filters, all of the widget level filters, and the global filters will work. And I will show you that as well in some of the demos.